Still me, the Teej, here in the Bearcat studio with you. How are you doing, beautiful? That, of course, was Graham Candy, and I cannot get enough of his voice. And I've been holding that off for quite a while now because I think that does need to be discussed a little bit. I did say he, because if you are in any disbelief whatsoever, yeah, Holding Up Balloons by Graham Candy, that is a dude who's singing. And I think that that's really, really awesome because he sings better than just about all the pop singers that we have here. And, I mean, female pop singers that we have here. Honestly, I think it's embarrassing. He is from New Zealand and recording out of Berlin now, trying to make a career for himself and coming out with a album, his first album in a couple of months, which is very exciting. He's got a couple singles and an EP out so far, though. Check him out, though. He is exclusively on, I believe, Amazon MP3s and iTunes, so kind of hard to get a hold of a hard copy as of now, but it's out there, it's beautiful, and he's got some interesting things to say. And again, I cannot get enough of, that's a dude who's singing and all, which I think is amazing. And if you don't believe me, check out some of his music videos, which are also pretty well done, and yeah, a lot of fun right there. So I've been enjoying that, certainly. But there's always new music coming out. Always new music, always great music coming out. Sometimes we have to look for it, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass, I'll be honest. And that's why we have this community here. That's why we share ideas in that sort of sense right there, because not one individual is capable of going about and consuming all this music. It's just not feasible. There's too many individuals out there creating awesome works, and it's sometimes hard to hear them from where we are located, and so we have to look for other individuals who are overseas and whatnot. And again, it's about building this community so that we understand what is out there, and we don't have to linger on the crap. I've been hearing a little too much crap lately, and so that's unfortunate. I was informed today that apparently Selena Gomez is on number one in the charts, and I'm not really sure who the hell that is, but I heard one of her songs, which I was just making fun of, and I can't even remember how it goes, but it was just terrible. It's a sure indicator of, how we're pretty much done as a art community here. It seems like we've kind of given up in a way, certainly in the music and film industries. I don't know if I need to complain too much more on that regard, but you certainly understand what I'm saying. And you understand what I mean by all of this. We gotta take it back, that's right. We're not gonna let this stupidity run any longer. Because it's annoying, because it's frustrating to me at least. So, I do want to let you know that there's some good music on the rise for 2016. I know that Smokey Joe and the Kid, some French recording artists, DJ artists out of France, they just released a new CD with a whole bunch of different individuals. I know that Youth Star and Blake Worrell are featured on that new CD, which is definitely worth picking up. I picked up one of their EPs, Smoked Ink, not too long ago, and been sharing that music with you here, but I'm definitely going to have to venture in and see what this new album entails, because it could just be frigging amazing, like most of their music is. Check out Smokey Joe and the Kid for sure, as well as Electric Guest. Haven't heard that name in a while. From 2012, they released their first CD, Mondo, produced by Danger Mouse, and once again, they're coming back in 2016, trying so desperately to finish that album, and they've been working on it for such a long time right now. And I just wanted to make sure that I was, as updated as possible. They have changed their website, and in February, about mid-February, they announced that they were, finishing up in the studio, and it was finally ready. I've read a number of interviews, actually, from Asa Taccone, who's the frontman for Electric Guest, and he is very meticulous about what he wants to do, and, to make sure that it's perfect, because he doesn't have that mentality of just putting out a shitty product. And, I mean, that's something very comparable to Danger Mouse, and it's probably why they work together so well. And he's Danger Mouse. Come on. No, but I'm very excited to see what their work is going to be, because, again, it's been such a long time since Mondo came out, and I've been looking for some new tunes, so very, very excited for that. We should be seeing that in the next couple of months, and beyond that, let's see, I know Jack White was talking about doing some more material with the Raconteurs, as, Lazaretto came out, I believe, last year? Was it 2015 or 2014? I don't know, but I really didn't care for too many tracks on there. There was a couple of good ones, but he started moving into a country movement and that sort of thing right there. And I don't care who you are. You can be freaking Jack White. You start playing country for me and I'm turning you off. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. No way. Not budging on that one. Oh, boy. But that's just me personally. That, and, I just don't think it's music. It's just, you know what? We don't even need... why I don't like country music. We don't really need to talk about that. We probably share that, honestly. But that being said right there, the last artist that I'm pretty excited about seeing some material out this year, we got Damon Albarn once again releasing some material under the title Gorillas. Very, very excited for that. It's been, Plastic Beach was 2010, actually, so that's been 6 years since that. Of course, they did release The Fall a year after that, but that was more of an experiment with the experimental group, which I would like to remind everyone out there that the Girls was only supposed to have one album, and everything else has been a treat. I'd like to thank Danger Mouse for, resurrecting that project and coming out with Demon Days, but let's be honest, Plastic Beach was friggin' awesome, and I'm really, really excited to see what he's working with this time around. There's a bit of an article that I pulled up during the last break, and I haven't had a chance to read it, so if I'm able to get that done sometime during the show right now, I'll share more information with you about that. But more than anything else, I did also want to mention the thing that I'm doing in particular. You have all these great artists out there doing some great work to inspire other artists and that sort of thing. And for one of my projects here at UC, I'm going to have to be creating a short film, which I'm kind of excited about because I don't do too many videos. I don't have that much video content, and I'm looking, of course, to change that. But the difference between an audio format and a video format, at least to me, is that there is a lot less work involved, and you don't need so many people running about. Terry doesn't really help out that much. I'm able to, pull this off on my own, that sort of sense right there. You throw video into the mix, and it's hard to, direct and act and edit and do all that shit and, expect it to be halfway decent. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of work. That being said, though, coming up with a narrative and that sort of thing, and it looks like I might be in charge of these scripts, which is very exciting too, and it's going to be sort of like an e-media horror film for what I'm trying to direct it as, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to be sharing that with you as it gets produced. Actually, by next week, I'm hopefully going to be, filming it a little bit or something like that, like really getting into the work. So, again, really exciting stuff, that sort of sense, but I had a bit of a brainstorming session earlier today, and I don't know about you, but I get a little bit nervous around brainstorming sessions because it seems like so many individuals out there, they don't like to go with the whole collaboration aspect of things, and it gets very frustrating at times. And yes, FFS reminds us that collaborations do not work, but it's nice to see when they can at least appear to be functional, which this one seems to be going quite smooth thus far. Don't count your chickens before you hatchin'. Knock on wood. That's right. I'm not superstitious, but I'm not looking to get my ass kicked. I want that to be a t-shirt. Oh my god. I might have to make some t-shirts right there. I'm not superstitious, but I don't want my ass kicked. That's good. No, so I had some good communication right there. I got a whole bunch of ideas jotted down, and here's the best part about it is we got all of that information down and all that in the clear, and so we're putting that on the back burner, and we're seeing how it looks starting next week. That's the way that I like to do things personally. That, just to have a smooth transition like that, to have some feel for it, that's a good way to go. That's the creative way from what I understand. And the creative way is what we're definitely going to be doing in this next musical break. I got The Good, the Bad, and the Queen up next. Another Damon Albarn project with Danger Mouse. So it's going to be good. After that, of course, we have some weird news at 1 a.m. It's getting late, and I'm so glad you're still up with me. Let's keep going.